Hello, everybody. How are you tonight? Welcome to Eat at Joe's, episode 21. Wow, we're really getting up there. We can officially drink now that we're 21, right? Tonight's guests are Spot and Sassy. Uh, Neither of them are really in the picture. I guess Sassy kind of is, but just her better half. Well, hmm. I didn't get a guest tonight. This has been a weird week. If you recall, last week I had an eye patch on, and I don't need my glasses. Tonight I do not, but I'm still pretty much unable to see out of it. I can see. It's like I'm looking like you'd smear Vaseline on a pair of glasses and tried looking at it. It's either way. Long story. We're not going to go into it here, but thank you all for reaching out and checking how I'm doing. I really appreciate it. I have another doctor's appointment tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. But right now, I'm really just focusing on the left eye for the seeing things. So if you're going to slug me, you're going to want to come at the right eye. Yeah. No guests. So like I said, crazy week. I haven't really gone out. I'm trying to stay out of the sun, try to take it easy on the eye. Oh, pardon me. Not getting a lot of bright lights. I go out and I wear safety glasses, so nothing dislodges in there. I don't want to catch a June bug to the eye, so I'm not riding the motorcycle. But, there's been some, some upcoming cool events. There's some fun events last week before I had eye surgery, so all those are cool. Tonight, because we don't have a guest, I didn't chase it out. Sassy and Spot are horrible guests. I think we all remember that ill-fated interview with Spot where he just didn't answer a single question. Crazy, like a crazy dog. Just really not participating at all in the interview process. And right now, he's sleeping. They're both sleeping. So I have no idea. I could try to ask them a few questions. Have you guys enjoyed the heat? Have you done anything exciting? Any good treats or anything lately? And nothing. So we're going to leave those out of the rest of it. Tonight, I thought we'd talk a little bit about St. Louis real estate. I've been looking at a lot of it. I have a good amount of clients that are shopping. I don't really have anybody selling right now. If you want to get rid of your house, you need to call me. But I've got a lot of people shopping. Interest rates have crept up a little bit. I think I checked tonight here, 6.96 up from 6.49 over the past month. That's on a 30-year fixed note. So it has crept up a little bit. Certainly war has a lot to do with that. Uncertainty, inflation, that sort of thing. Hopefully we can stop all that crap and get some normalcy back in our lives. Heat is hot. It's been good and hot out, so people are not not that motivated to shop. Kids are, I haven't yawned all night. Now I'm yawning as soon as I go live here. So I apologize for my crass yawning. We have school starting. A friend of mine who works at a school is a school nurse. She started today. Other people, I saw a lot of first day of school posts today. And man, I don't know, does, oops, dropped my sweetgrass here. Does, I don't know, test scores and I don't know, longer school year, does it make kids smarter? I don't know. I don't know if it does. Are kids smarter today than than our generation was? No, they are not. Uh, so I don't know. Something about experiences and adventures and getting out and doing things with your family, with your parents, going on adventures, vacations, rafting, floating, hiking, bicycling, uh, any of the above. It's like things that, I don't know, I noticed with my kids that you have so much pressure on them to perform, right? They're all entrenched in athletics. So there's so much that they're doing or expected to do or practices or the gym or plyometrics or ice time. My God, parents whose kids played hockey. I wouldn't wish that on an enemy. Uh, but it's like there's something to be said about, my dad was not a sports ball guy. Uh, if we went to go do something, we would go do something. We'd get in the car, we'd drive somewhere. Let's go to Colorado. Let's go to Florida. Let's go to Southern Missouri. Let's go to the lake. Let's get out and let's go have an adventure. Dad trained me to have adventures. And I think you see so many people that, they work so much, they don't have time. You got a mortgage, you got all that mortgage. I want you to have a mortgage that I help you get, but I don't want it to be too crazy of one so that you can't work. Just had a client and, that was a big part of it. She was or is a young woman and good friend of mine's daughter. And it was very important to me to keep the mortgage down, even though I didn't do a great job of it because uh, that client, we found a unicorn out in the city that was just this gorgeous house in this amazing neighborhood. It needed a lot of work, of course. Nothing doesn't that's 100 years old, but man, it's a cool house. And it just paid a little more for it than I was hoping she would spend, but still think it's going to work out. And they've got now a house that's a 25-year house. They're set. They've got this amazing house, and it's that was a big part of the discussion. Would it curtail adventures? Would it curtail travel? Would it limit what they did? Would they be house rich and adventure poor? So it's cool to have that discussion, because getting out and doing things is so important. I think you see so many kids that their parents don't. They don't do things. The kids are fed a tablet. They're fed an endless uh, diet of screen time, and that's, in my opinion, feeding them a toxic poison from the cathode ray nipple. Cathode ray. We don't have those anymore. I just dated myself. Um, but I digress. So I think it's important that people get out, and now all these kids are back in school. Brr. It's just crazy to me. I'm glad it gets them off the streets. You know, gets them out of the movie theaters. I can't get a ticket to the Odyssey. What the hell? Are they the ones going to the Odyssey? Who the hell's all going to the Odyssey? I admit that I'll only sit in the 4-seat by 3-row section in the Omnimax. So I didn't get on it in time, apparently. Gonna finally be able to see it this weekend. Really looking forward to it. Want to see Spider-Man. Pretty excited about that. Helen. Hi, Helen. We've been Going Through Faulty Towers with John Cleese. I don't know if you know what that is, but man, it sure makes me laugh. A lot of people might be at Grateful Dead night at the movies tonight, seeing that guy play guitar, but not that guitar. It's supposed to be a good show tonight, so we'll see a review of how people enjoyed that. So anyway, you've got people that are wanting houses, but it kind of slows everybody down, the heat. And now that kids are back in school, I think it'll be a better shopping period for parents that don't have kids, which all my clients don't have kids. And they're going to be the ones that are finally getting out there and looking before interest rates will probably go up again. God only knows what's going on here. If this endless war keeps going on, I think we'll see everything continue to rise. What else is on my list? I want you to go check out my website. That's www.grassolandstl.com. grassolandstl.com. It's pretty cool. Made it myself. Hope you're going to have a look at it and think, man, he did a great job. I really want to go talk to that guy. And, you can call, we can talk. We don't have to, there's no commitment. But I know a lot about a lot. I grew up in St. Louis real estate here. I was adopted into a Sicilian family of real estate wolves, raised by them in the wild. And it's what I've done my whole life, aside from when I went on tour with bands, and that sort of thing. So I think it's good to talk. I tell people, the more you look, the more you learn. You go look at houses, you learn about what they're like. You see how other people have their houses set up. You learn to see what you like. I've got a couple good mortgage people I work with, so it's always easy process to get pre-approved. That way you know what you're going to get. And I know a lot about a lot. I can look at a house. I can help you look at it, help you find the problems, look at things that might be an issue, help identify them. That way you have an idea what you might be spending when you are done, what's all involved. And it's good to have those conversations because everything's a learning process. Everything's a teaching moment, So if you want to learn something, you learn, in my world, you learn by doing. I can read about something all day long. I can watch 10 YouTubes about it. But in the end, I need to go out and do it. I need to go out and see what it looks like. I got to feel it, look at it, and figure it out. Like right now, my doorknob broke. Got locked out yesterday because the mechanism failed inside. I mean, sure, it's like probably 15 years old, but I didn't think doorknobs were out like that. So I bought a beefier one. And yeah. We have, another thing I do is I help people find pinball machines and I repair pinball machines. So if you have any interest in ever getting a pinball machine or learning more about owning a pinball machine, or you have a pinball machine that needs work, I can help. I'm not the fastest. Note that. There's a lot going on in fixing these things. And I'm an old guy with a lot of issues, so it takes me time. But eventually, I do usually make it over the finish line unless it's one that, you get into them. And, Jimmy from Paducah did a bunch of work on it, cut 40 wires and resoldered them directly to the board. Okay, Jimmy, I don't know what the hell you did, but it's nothing that I'm going to try and figure out and nothing that you're going to want to pay me to try and figure out. Sometimes you're just going to have to cut bait and move on. And that's what recently happened with a client. His game was so messed up inside. There was no fixing it on my part, But I don't know what else is going on. We talked about the eye. We talked about pinball. We talked some real estate. Uh, Went to the ball game the other night. That was fun. Hot, but it was fun. Played the Colorado Rockies. We lost, but rode Metrolink down and back, and that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. They've got a lot of new security measures up, gates. You got to scan in and out to get in. You can't be. You're not going to be on the platforms unless you have a ticket. I saw an abundance of security. Almost every train I rode had a security guard in the car I was in. I told Helen they were keeping an eye on her because she is a troublemaker. She might not look like it, but keep an eye on her. But we had fun. The subway was great. They were clean. They were frosty cold, like a frosty cold Budweiser. And it was pleasant. We had fun. Thanks to Sean and Jenny for taking us. Nice seats in the Redbird Club. We were the hoi polloi there, eating the fancy food and sitting in the pleasant seats right by first base. So great seats. You couldn't beat them. I don't know what else. Just hot. The weather's been hot. How have you been dealing with it? How's your air conditioner keeping up? If you go to my Facebook page, Joe Grasso Realtor, and that'll give you a lot of good HVAC cleaning tips and maintenance tips on there that I've posted that I think are very beneficial right now. How to do a lot of the work yourself, how to clean it yourself, how to replace your capacitor. You can do a lot of that work on your own and save a ton of money. Because I used Vern Hill forever, and Vern Hill has now just retired just a little bit ago at like the age of 107. Just kidding, Vern. You're not that old, but it's time to retire. I agree with you, but I have not found a suitable replacement that is not $1 million an hour. And that comes from a guy that charges a lot to come work on your pinball machine. So I get it. There's a lot going on there. Let's see what else we got here. You know, a lot of this is real estate stuff, and we talked a lot of it. Uh, Home repair appraisals, uh, home warranties. You know, the client that just bought that house, the unicorn, that house came with a home warranty, and that home warranty program did not cover anything. I am pretty frustrated with it. I've lost my faith 100% in home warranty programs. From here on out, I am not going to be pushing them. I'm not going to suggest people buy them because I feel that they don't find a way to help you. They find a way not to help you. And that was a frustrating eye opener. When these kids needed help, they did not get it. And I felt bad. It wasn't right. So home warranties are something I am no longer going to back. I think that's, and I'd like to hear your opinions. Does anybody else have a home warranty that worked for them? If you do, put it down here in the comments because I would love to hear about it. I'd love to hear if you've had a good experience or a bad experience or anything like it. You know, I think I was pretty frustrated by this experience. Well, let's move to fun things. What have you done fun? I'd like to know about that. What's happened fun? What's fun in your life? Have you been getting out and enjoying things? Have you been hiking? Have you gone on some good float trips? Rivers are going up and down like crazy. I really want to go on a float trip, and it hasn't happened yet. And now that all the little creatures, I mean children, all the lovely little children are back in school, I think it'll keep a lot of people off the river. And now the rivers are open for business for me again, where we've got not a lot of crazy going on out there. And I really am looking forward to trying to pull that off soon. The music, let's talk about music. We've got something that I went to the other night was the East Nash Grass Band out of Nashville. I know my friend Tom went. I went with Helen and Doug. Doug was there, and we all had a grand time. It's a really good band. If you haven't had a chance to check them out, it's the East Nash Grass Band. They were all young, super crazy young, but also great accomplished players. I mean, really good. And for me, and I have a hard time with a lot of bluegrass bands, especially some of the jam band versions that I feel can't sing. I mean, in my opinion, of course, but I feel you have to sing. You've got to have a group harmony. You've got to have that high lonesome sound, the keening tones, as Bill Monroe put it, and it's just crazy important to me that you have that singing ability, and that obviously the playing has to be perfection, but the singing does as well. And if you're just getting up there and shouting it out, even though you're a good player, I have a hard time getting behind it. And I'm sure I'm probably in the minority. A lot of people are just focused on the players, but for me, I need the whole package. And I thought that the East Nash Grass Band delivered that. And young, that band is only going to get better with time. Rehearsing, touring, that sort of thing. I expect high things from them, and I think it's great. This week in St. Louis, there's going to be an event down at Atomic that has a couple of great bands. You've got Andy Frasco's band coming. They're great. And you have Lettuce on the same bill. So I highly recommend going there. It should be outside, weather permitting, at the Atomic Pavilion, which is a lovely venue. And they have food now, I'm told. I haven't tried it, but I'd certainly like to. And if dining there is not your cup of tea, man, across the street is the Nepalese restaurant. You've got just a number of great restaurants up and down that street. So you can get a lot of great food, have a lot of fun, and I just highly recommend seeing those bands. They're going to be great. That's about all I have on my list. I'd like to know what everybody else is up to. What's new in your life? I'd like you to comment. Let me know in the comments here. If you have any questions for me about real estate, commercial, or residential, I'd love to talk to you about it. I think that would be fun. I don't even know how long we've been doing this. I'm going to keep it short tonight. We're not going to go an hour long and talk about everything in the world. I'll look forward to finding a new guest when I'm feeling more up to doing it. I hope the eye gives me some peace here over the next week, and I can get back to normal. But I want to thank all the people that reached out and everybody that had kind things to say. Yeah, it's great. So reach out. Let's talk. Go to my website, www.grassolandstl.com for real estate, and go to pinballwizardstl.com for pinball. You want a machine? I'll help you find one. You got one you want fixed? I'll help you fix it. You got one you want to get rid of? I'll help you get rid of it. I'm here for you. And something else about real estate, I'm different. Like I said before, I'm more of a dad guy that's going to come in and look at that house with a heavy real estate background and from more of like a guy that's done a lot of work and contractor's eye. I'm not a contractor, but I've worked with a lot of them, and I've seen shoddy work and good work. So if you want a real realtor, that's me. I'm your guy. If you want Barbie with a set of teeth and a hairdo and I don't know, then that's not me. I'm not your guy. So if you want a realtor, call me. I know Webster. I know Kirkwood. I know Maplewood. I know the city better than a lot of other people do because I go out and I look at it. And I'm not afraid to go to neighborhoods that other people are. I'm not afraid to check things out that other people are afraid of. So I know where the good deals are that other people, will never think about going to. So I know the good investments. I know what's happening. I know the word on the streets. So you call me, you email me, you do whatever you need to do. Grasso Land STL, Pinball Wizard STL. Reach out. Nice chat, Rusty. See you later. Remember, no commenting on the bald spot. End stream. See you guys. Bye now.